everyone, and welcome to This Week in the Studio. I'm Amy Nicole, and I'm coming to you from gray and unseasonably cold South Texas. It's been in the 40s and 50s down here this week, and I know that's not very cold to a lot of you, but to us it's not quite what we're used to in April. But that's okay, because luckily for me, I was almost going to switch out my fall closet for my spring closet, and I didn't, so I still have all of my cooler weather clothes accessible to me, like this fun refashioned sweatshirt. This week, I am so excited to announce my blog tour for the Patti Pocket skirt. The Patti Pocket skirt is my first PDF sewing pattern. I released it back in the fall. We did a winter holiday themed sew along, and so I really wanted to showcase the pattern's seasonal versatility and really get it out there in a bunch of fun spring fabrics. And I have so many great bloggers lined up for this blog tour, some of which you're probably familiar with because they do have channels here on YouTube, like Lisa from And So On, Mel from Handmade by Ditzy Tulip, Tabitha Sewer, and so many more. I'm so excited. I'm so lucky to have so many people who said yes to joining me on this blog tour. I really tried to choose people who I know love to sew with colors and prints and make it really fun, and who I knew would be really up for the challenge, so to speak. So I can't wait to show you what they've made. The first post today is by Meredith from @thefoosh on Instagram. And she's kind of a newer blogger that I've discovered on Instagram, and I love her style. It's very colorful, so be sure to go check her out. And then follow me on Instagram, follow my blog, and you'll be able to see all of the other lovely Patti Pocket skirts that will be popping up in the next 2 weeks. Super, super, super excited to see what everyone has made. That's the biggest thing that's been going on this week. As you can see, prom season continues, and I got another very fancy prom dress that it just needs a hem, so that's I'll be doing that either this week or next. But God, I cannot, seriously, no one in my day was wearing stuff like this to prom. This is beautiful. You can't see, but it has a really gorgeous mermaid hem. This looks amazing on her. It hugs her in all the right places. If only they had stuff like that when I was in prom. This weekend I cut my final samples for my new pattern. I'm so excited to get those sewed up. Once I take some pictures, I'll be able to start the testing process. I know I say that every week, but it is happening. This big freelance baby clothes project has held me back a little bit, but I am working it in to make it happen. Super excited about that. Also, last week I mentioned that I was meeting with someone about potentially teaching some sewing classes. I did that. It was such a great meeting. She has the cutest little quilt shop in a small town about an hour south of us. It is a quilting based shop, but she does want to offer garment sewing classes, and she really kind of gave me free reign. I can do a class based on whatever I want. I can make it however long I want. So I'm so excited about that. I'm thinking of, since most of these folks will be kind of like quilters who are just kind of going into the garment sewing realm, I think I want to do a more beginner-based pattern that still utilizes a couple new techniques that they can start with. So I'm thinking something like the Willow Tank from Grainline Studio, or possibly the Peppermint Magazine in the Folds peplum top. I'm not sure if the gathers would be too much, but I wanted something that doesn't have a lot of closures, something that's summery, springy, but not too, I didn't want this. I thought of the Ogden, but I wasn't sure how many people would be into the spaghetti strap, because I think it'll be an older clientele. Also something that comes in a good range of sizes, and preferably something that comes in a paper pattern. The end of folds pattern does not, but I was thinking I could maybe get it printed. What are your thoughts? Have you been to a sewing class before where they printed out a PDF pattern for you? Do you have any pattern suggestions of patterns that would be good for this type of class? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, I also wanted to avoid any setting in of sleeves, as for super beginners that can be kind of intimidating as well. But I'm so excited. I've wanted to teach a sewing class forever, and so I'm so excited to finally get this opportunity and see where it goes. I hope that people like it and then come back and we can progress to more advanced patterns. Very, very exciting. One last thing before I go. This week I'm going to be continuing on that big freelance project, sewing up my new pattern samples, hopefully. And I just wanted to show you guys really quick the disaster that is my studio right now. I am usually a very clean studio person. This is by far the messiest my studio has ever been. I have more junk over here on the sewing machine. My ironing board is out. There's stuff all over the floor. Boxes. I mean, it's a disaster in here. I'm usually one of those people who cleans up when I'm done, and I'm always like, how do these people have such messy sewing rooms? Well, now I know, because you're just too dang busy to clean it up. And anyways, that's it for me this week. Thank you for joining me in the studio. I will see you next week. Happy sewing. Comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Check out my blog tour. So exciting. Thank you guys for joining me. Bye.